Okay, with this one, I originally had one braid outside, cord, two braids inside, one, etc. But I decided to widen it. Two reasons. The first was I did this one with very similar, and it just looks very thin to me. I'm going to put something else on it. I wanted something a little bit more substantial. And two, my stitching around the edges is pretty awful, so this was a way of just covering it so that it looks a bit nicer, I hope. Okay, now the component we're going to make this time is this, what I call an accent circle. It's basically, that's what it is. It's almost a complete circle on the back, you can see it. And to do this, when I did this one, it took me ages. But I'm hoping that what I might be able to do is, I need to do a pre-curve. Right? I've got, this is a longer one because I'm going to be using it to come around and do the outside curves here. So my blue is the inside, and this is my middle or outside, the silveries. So I figured I can do this two ways. I can just stitch it and get it to the size I want, and then wrap it around and hope it looks good. Or, which is what I did with that first one, or I could use a bead as a... So I reckon if I use the bead method, I can at least do a comparison between the two and let you know which one's easiest. We're going to be doing the same thing though. We're going to be actually doing it like the pre-curve. So this is my middle, so I'm not really going to stress about how neat it is because I'm going to be having a heap of pearls going through there. But you sort of want it to curve, and I want to get away from my sticky tape as much as I can because last time I didn't, and it was really very difficult to do things. Okay. So just make sure that you keep going through the middle of your braids. Oops. And don't chip your beads. I mean, I don't even know that this bead's going to be the right size. I just sort of went, yeah, it's about the right size. It may be too big because you actually, this is flat and you want it to look nice without, but to still be round. Like mine's, the one I've done over there is sort of a bit of a horseshoe shape rather than a round. So I'd rather it was a rounder shape. So I'm away from that sticky tape a bit more now. So now I can get into the series. Okay, I've got lots and lots of braid to work with. May only seem like a small piece, but trust me, it's quite a big one. So this is going to be the start. So let's move that out of the way for a second. That's how my curve is going to be. That. Is that going to be big enough or is it going to be too small? Well, that was good. I just pulled it apart. Good work. I might need to get a bigger bead because that doesn't look like it's going to be big enough. So I just happen to have sitting over here quite a big rondelle. Maybe I'll use that one instead. That'll give me a nice round shape. Oops. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I'll use my big rondelle, I think, and use that to shape it, and then go from there. So, all you do is you're basically going to be making an open, centered loop, I suppose. It's just going to be like when you're doing your curls and your everything else, but instead of actually putting the bead inside, it's just going to be a gap there, and then this here will be this bead, sort of. It'll be your accent piece, I suppose, is the way to describe it. I don't know. So just keep going around, checking. And this way you don't have to do it completely closed, but pretty close. I might come down even a bit further from that sticky tape if I can. Okay. Because you want to be able to, on the other side, you're going to be curving it back around to create the accent circle, which has got pearls in it. Doing that, looking at your shape. As I said, I want to go a bit more away from that sticky tape. I've got plenty to work with here, so the further I can get away, because otherwise you end up with it just sort of getting everywhere and making it very difficult for yourself. As you know, I don't like to go through my sticky tape because it makes my needle, well, I think it makes the needle a little bit sticky. And you really don't need any more disadvantages when you're working with this stuff than we already have. Right. It already has all the advantages as far as I'm concerned. Pretty good. What I've noticed is I've actually gotten a bit better with judging sizes. And that's probably because I'm not sure that I'm getting any better at judging as I'm getting out the middle of my Soutache, but I'm judging better with other things. Okay, a few more stitches. As I said earlier, I think the more you do this, the more your eye will get into knowing how you're doing, what you're doing, whether you're doing it right or not, guesstimating. I was actually quite impressed with myself with my last piece that I did with getting my eye polish beads into position. Normally I have huge gaps, but I probably speak too early, and when I do these ones it'll be awful, but you never know. Gianna has a tip too on her one for doing these loops, which may help some of you. I don't. I find it gets in the way. Get a pin, or go to her site, go to her video, look at it. And I think Zena is the one who did it first. Actually get a pin and pin things in place. So that way they sort of have like a memory, I suppose, when you, I'll show you. Okay, it sort of holds this shape here, even though I haven't sewn it, it's still holding that shape. So when you pick it up, it's still there a little bit, and you can use it so you know where to put your stitches and everything like that. So just sort of keep that in mind. You know, if you want to use pins, use anything that makes your life easier, I reckon. But I just find that they get in my way. I did try, but they just got in the way. It's just one more thing that I can stick through my finger, really. I've got enough needle marks all over me from the Soutache as it is. Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, so hopefully that will work. What you want to do is have that on the top, so it's got to go, this has got to go through there, and it will sit like that. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, now, actually the rondelle is probably a good shape to do it. My next is sort of, I want to close it but not a tight close. So I'm just going to go through and then look at the shape. Make sure I'm not going too big or small or whatever. And if I go there, as I said, and this doesn't get seen, so if it's a bit gappy, it really doesn't matter. It's not like it's one of your focals or something like that. It just needs to be held in place so that it gives you something to form a basis for your next step, which is doing your circle, your accent circle. The reason I call it an accent circle is because I'm using accent beads and I'm forming a circle. I know, pretty silly, hey? But, okay, so put that aside. I need thread. I've got to get back to this side because this is where my longer braid is here. So, and that's nice and reinforced. Going to go anywhere anytime soon. I'm going to put this in so I can show you. It's probably too big. Oh no, that'll be good. That'll be good. Sorry. It'll sort of sit like that. I've still got to put acknowledgement in there, of course. But it'll sort of sit like that. But see how it looks better. I think it looks better with a bit thicker. This looks too wimpy. So I'm going to put some bugle beads or something across there to give it a bit more substance in there. Now we can take that off. And we're going to start forming our circle. So once again, we're going to pre-curve it. And I'm only using 4mm. So they're not big, huge beads. This one, I should not have gone through then. I'm finished with that one. I cut these before I really worked out how to do this, otherwise I would have kept this long and wrapped it. But you know what they say, their laid plans are nicer than them and me. Okay, so this one, once again, I'm getting that out of the way. I want to put to join these together. If I'd kept this as one long piece, I could have just curved it around and it would have been great. But hey, I didn't. It's too late now. Make sure that they're going the same way, which they are. And I'm just going to go through here. just to make sure they're nice and secure, and then continue curving it around. What you've also got to be aware is where you're going to be coming out. You don't want to be putting beads underneath the center straight stitch area here. So anything you do, you sort of have to look at, okay, that's where I'm going to be coming out. So that's where it's going to be sitting, up there. This can always, later, if you think that it is too big, just tuck it in a bit. You know, go back later and pull it in a bit. As long as you start with it as a circle, I figure that should be right. Okay, so I need to come up a little bit further. Just keep on curving it up. I'm going to try and explain how. Okay, where you want this to start coming out is, you want the pearls here to start coming out, so that if you're looking at an angle, come a little bit closer so you might be able to see a bit better. If this was sitting flat, you want your pearls, the next set of pearls, to be coming out, so that they're coming out at this, like coming from there across here, across where this has joined your focal to this, okay? So this sitting around there, so I need to come to about there. So I've got a few more stitches to get to position. Putting my pearls actually in. If you wanted to, you could close it up, but as I found in the last one that I did, it's probably better to start as you mean to go, so to speak. I haven't even checked to make sure that I've done this the right size. I better check just in case, but I think I was pretty right this time. Yep, that's very right. Okay. And I think that's probably in about the right spot as well. So I'm going to take that as my cue to come in and start going up here. These beads out of the way. Now, angles. I know this would be easier if this had something there, but you don't have that. So what I'm going to do is, there would be enough room there for a pearl. So I want to come up there and go straight across into there. Okay. As I said, normally I work from the inside out, and I'll probably do the same with this. I want to just see if I got it in the right spot. And I want to really reinforce this first pearl. So that I know it's in the right spot. If you want to, you can attach that to it. I'm going to try and do it as a separate component completely. And go from there. Okay, so I'm coming back around and through the middle of my braids, and about, I don't know, that much away. It's a bit hard to, if you look at a pearl, about halfway of what your pearl is, obviously, because your pearl has a hole in the centre. So you're going to be looking at, okay, my pearl sit halfway. Okay, and then pull your thread in the direction you want it to go, and it's pretty much going to stay there for me, I think. And I'm going to be putting a cord on the outside of this, so that will hide a multitude of sins, I'm hoping. Go back through the pearl again to make sure that it's nice and secure. Always going through the middle of your braids. Going through the centre of your pearl would be good. Okay, that's pretty good. And do the same again. So it's about half the width of a pearl. Pick up your pearl. Get them so they're sitting nice together. No gaps or anything. And your thread's going straight out. It seems to be pretty much staying in spot. And then go through your outside. And that seems to be working pretty well. And then go back through. And just continue doing that all the way around. And if you've gone a bit, I haven't, but if you have gone a bit skewed or gone a bit wide or something when you've picked up the pearl down here, don't worry about it, because when you come back, it'll pretty much, you can straighten it all up, as I've said before. When you come back through this one, if you found that it was a little bit not as straight as you would have liked, then just go through it and adjust it from there. Yes, often, maybe the idea, throw your bead in there, see if it will help it curve it out again. You just continue. Okay, now I'm going to see how this is looking actually. Looking too bad? Sort of 2/3 of the way there. You just got to finish off around there. If you don't like it, you know, if this looks wrong or something, just put embellishments in there. Okay, I'm going to continue. Okay, just about to the end. Because I obviously don't want to go all the way to there, because that's going to be covered. So, now I just have to work out Maybe another couple of beads and it'll be done, I think. I just want to make sure when you do these things, don't have them so close together that they pop out. I think I may have made mine a little bit too close together. And some of them, not all of them, just some of them. But anyway, we'll see how we go. We'll just go back through this one. Because if they pop out, they look a bit awful. I suppose if it's all glued down, eventually. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to go back through here. I'm going to see how I'm going. I'm going to get this through there. Okay, so that's sort of going to sit there. I won't even come too far down. I know, that's alright. So now I'm just going to start curving this in and finishing it off, basically. So I'm going to come here and get these ones joined in here. Not real tight though, because otherwise it'll pull awfully, you know, like funny on the outside. Sort of just a gentle curve. Try and match each side a bit more, maybe. Good. What do you reckon? Not too bad at all, eh? It's more of a horseshoey shape, but it's... Horseshoe to me has like bigger beads at one end or something, or... I don't know. But it's an old circle anyway. Now, to finish this one off, we actually just want to stitch backwards and forwards on this. And then, sticky tape it up. Just to make it nice and secure. So I drop all of these huge lump of braids all together. And then I like 2, 4, 6. Missing one here, keep slipping down. 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. Just pull them nice and snug, not really tight, so it'll start distorting everything if you do. Sticky tape just everywhere, which is better than glue, I suppose. If I had glue, it would be literally everywhere. Right up my elbows and my eyebrows. So I'm hopeless with it. See, the only place you can put it is behind the pearl, which makes it quite bulky, but I figure there, not much I can do about it. So anyway, to continue that, there we go. And it's basically tied off. It's going to go into there. So that will be sitting like that. And underneath here, I know it looks skewered here, but it doesn't matter because it looks straight there. This one did the same. Put sticky tape around this, cut it off, and it'll just sort of sit there. And then we're going to just attach this to this so they're together. So I'm just going to go and do that. I'll be back in a sec. Right. That's where we want it to sit. So we have the pearls. These pearls lining up with that area in there. Okay. And center it a little bit. And on the back it looks anything but centered, I know. But it's the way it is. I'll put a knot in this before I do much else with this one. I'm going to have a knot in it. Hopefully. Now I just have to work out the best way of attaching. So I want it to sit there like that. So I might come in. I might even zoom out a bit, make it a bit easier for you. I'm going to come in from the centre of this component here. Out through the front. Okay. And now I'm going to be coming through this component here. Gee, I'm coming up through, won't I? First off, I'm going to just come up through the braids at the front and then down, hopefully picking up something underneath at the same time. Huge long threads this time, so it'll probably tangle and get caught on everything. That to go too far out that way, because otherwise I'm going to have problems with that. So I'm going to try and keep that a little bit centered more. So where am I? Coming out here. How about I go down through there? We're just attaching these components together. Basically, that's what we're doing. Switch swap. However we do that is good. As much as I can. And you want to make it so that your stitches are not seen, so I'm going to come through here. Hold that away as well and come back through the hole again. Needles. And I'm hiding a bit of my pearls, but I don't think that matters. It's not like it's uneven or anything. It looks really good. Through the bottom. stitch again. I'm going to go through this way with this as well, because I notice it's got like a bit of a gap in my work here. Just go through the centre, the middle of my braids. I'm going to try and close that space up that I have there between these two braids on the outside and that. I must have made my stitches a bit big. I'm just going to go halfway. If I can get through, there we go. Puts it a bit nicer. I'm going to go down through the centre here. Ooh. I should go fine. I told you to be tangled, didn't I? Don't use too long a piece of thread. That's the biggest mistake I've made at the moment. Try and keep it short but long enough to be able to still work and get things done, but not huge amounts because it just gets out of control. Making sure that that's nice and circle on the inside as well. Okay, you don't want it so that it's sort of squashed or anything. You want it so that it sits nice and round. Okay, so I'm going to come this way this time and start going through, because I've attached this side over here. Now I'll start attaching side over here. That's good. That's good. As I said, wherever you can get it attached, that's how you get it attached. You can sort out the roundness of it all a bit later. Right at this moment, I'm more interested in getting all my components all nicely attached to each other. Once I've got that in the right spot, I can start making sure that everything is nice and round and looks good, which I didn't do with that one. I'm just going to cut this bit of a tail off here that I've got, because it's annoying me. It's getting there. Now I'm going to come down through my centre, through the straight stitch area. Back down. So this spot completely, an angle that way. Okay. You don't want to attach this to this at this stage, or at all maybe. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking if I can attach around there, I'll let the middle sort of take care of itself and it can float if it's nice and round in there. If I start stitching it, I might lose that roundness. So now I'm going to make my way up to this area here and start attaching. I don't care how you get there. Basically end up, see how I said I think I might have they're popping out a little bit, so just be aware. Okay, you don't want to go through the pearls again either, because otherwise that means you've got to go through this as well. So you're sort of going to be working at this stage on the inside. I will be going through the pearls eventually, maybe, to get through to outside, but if I can avoid it, I will. Okay. Now we're all working on the back. Okay, and now we come through the front here. Okay, this is where I want to make sure I'm actually going to avoid that. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go to the outside ring and work on that. So I'm a bit worried that if I attach the inside ring, I'm going to make it all skewed. Down. You don't want to go too high up because otherwise you're going to end up with too much here. I'm going to cut this off. Pull this out. Going up there. I'm going to have to cut this off. There. I can't want to go any higher than that. I'll probably even go a bit lower. So I'm just going to take it up a bit lower, but not so low that the sticky tape will show in here. Okay, make sure you keep an eye on that. Looks good. Not showing there. Down and cut my thread. Cut there. Because if you have it too high, you'll end up with it getting in the way and looking, you'll be able to see it when you're putting your backing on and everything else. The backing can only do so much, can't it? Okay, I'm going to go, so I'll come through there, through the centre one. I'm going to try and keep this as round as possible. I want to go through the braids, between the braids at the front here of the straight stitch. I've got to remember, don't pull it too tight. Okay, it's just to attach it and keep it in place at this time. I'm going to be following the curve of this if I can. Okay, up through there. And back down again. Making sure my curves. Right. Missed it completely. And again, 4 times a charm maybe. That's good. Through there. And then back down, making sure that I've got my circle. Skewed. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. I'm sure you can't see anything, but I'm doing secure on there. It's not going to go anywhere. This isn't going to go anywhere. And it's all going to have backing on it anyway. Yeah, that's pretty secure there. So that's that one.